manage the submission process for various immigration services, as well as the intake and the administrative processes of applications for permits, visas, etc. What is the total amount of money that this service provider received annually to render this service, and what measures do you, Minister, have in place to insource, because VFS are fulfilling an administrative function that are supposed to be in the Department of Home Affairs? And then also, Minister, you know the Department of Home Affairs is a joke. Yesterday, I walked at the airport and I was seeing an advert of Nando's. And you know what that advert say? You know that, you have seen it. Do you know what it says? Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll share it with you.
Thank you.
Don't stand in long queues like Home Affairs.
I'm sure the Minister will tell us what the advert says.
Yes, it's very rude not to share a joke, so I accept the point. I love that ad because not long from now, it will backfire. The ad says that long queues are for Home Affairs. I think that's correct. I've got it saved on my phone, Chair, don't worry, because two can play that game. And that is exactly the motivation that we have to do away with that. What I've described now, firstly, if you introduce a delivery option for your passport or your ID, then you're already reducing the need to stand in a queue for a collection. And if we can then get the online applications to work, then you're reducing the queue for applications. So thank you for reminding me of it. And I have it in my back pocket for the right day. The other issue you raise, as far as I am aware, there's no contract fee. So it's not that Home Affairs pays that provider to do something. They actually, on a case-by-case basis, you pay a fee to use the facilitator. So in terms of how, I think you termed it insourcing, this is the whole problem, is that if you want to get a visa for South Africa, and you come from a country that requires a visa, like China or India, then you have to travel either to a South African mission or to VFS, where they receive the applications. And of course, that introduces delays, but also the fees that are paid there are fees that could be coming to Home Affairs. That is exactly why we're moving to online applications, so that you don't need to go to any other office. You don't need to go and pay money to travel a long distance just to submit a visa to come to South Africa. And indeed, where there are fees, those are fees that we could be using to great effect. Now, just to demonstrate to members how effective this can be, in February, we launched the Trusted Tour Operator Scheme, which is a proof of concept. It is essentially an online platform for a very small group of people, relatively speaking. It is aimed at tour groups from China and India, where these operators were struggling. They had to go to Mission or to VFS to submit group applications. There were translation problems. It was a real problem. And we couldn't get more tourists from China and India because of precisely the inefficiencies of the system. Now, since we built the TTOS, we've rolled it out with 65 tour operators who register, we vet them, they're accredited, and they share some of the risk. If there's a Chinese tourist who overstays, who's part of one of their tour groups, we will actually penalize the tour operator as well. So this has been a very good exercise for us to see how does this work in practice. And I'm happy to share with the members that we are seeing enormous uptake and efficiency in this system, where we've got close to 10,000 tourists now who have come in a matter of 2 months, all without this kind of paper middleman issue. It's all online. And so this has demonstrated to us that it can work. Now we want to expand it through the ETA that I mentioned earlier. And so essentially it's a win-win if we're able to build that platform, because then you don't have the inefficiencies of a paper-based system, and you also don't lose anything because it's a direct application to Home Affairs. Thank you.
Thank you very much.